Are you ready to take off?
Oh my gosh, so fun.
I think we need a top that says the 5 P's. And we are having so much of fun in studio. Can you see? Let's tackle pre-registration. Alpvest Institute for Future Tech sounds very fast, sounds very, let's do things now, let's do things according to how the culture is going, how the economy is moving. What's up, what's good, what's popping? Welcome to Edutainment, where education meets music. I'm Mereece Dry, multimedia personality, and I'm your host. I'm really excited about today's episode just because we are on a digital platform. I'm pretty sure you've been wondering, Mereece Dry, what is happening? We normally hear you on the airwaves, but we never get to see the face. Well, this time around, you get to see the face and much more personality and fun in studio. Yes, man, I'm really excited, like I said earlier on, just because these conversations that we have on edutainment are very uplifting, and also I get to learn a lot, you get to learn a lot, and you get to pass information to the next person. But here's a fun fact. PC training in business college is transcending to Alpvest Institute for Future. And so is Fly FM, growing out of Durban Youth Radio. So both stations are currently anchored by Durban Youth Foundation. So we are basically in the same WhatsApp group. You feel me? You got me? So the big factor with us is that we are not only broadcasting, or should I say, we're not just only broadcasting, rather, audio anymore. You get to see the face and the personality and the excitement in studio. Now tell me, how fun is that? Enough about that. I want to bring on these amazing guests who are no strangers to this incredible platform. I think we need to give them positions now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We need to work with positions, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay, awesome stuff, man. Opposite me, or should I say across me rather, I'm joined by Herry Ngidi, campus manager all the way from Alpvest Institute for Future Tech. And right beside him is Khulekani Jali, student advisor and acting call center manager. How are you guys?
I'm well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well. And I think Kukuti, everything is top tier.
Yes.
Everything is perfect.
How's this new platform? It's pretty new to me. It's new, and I'm enjoying it. A bit of hiccups here and there, but we move along. How are you taking the new space? How are you taking the new format that we have going on?
For me, it's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no stranger to cameras, as
yes.
you can see.
Look at him.
I'm no stranger to cameras, and I'm no stranger to a mic either. Though it is a smooth transition, and we really much appreciate this platform, and it's going to give us very nice thing, and it's going to give us a lot of information, and it's going to give us a lot of urge,
Mm-hmm.
As you know, Guti, everything is moving into a digital world.
Definitely.
And therefore we need to conquer all streams as well.
Mm-hmm. Khulekani, how do you feel about the platform?
Hey, to me, it's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
A week or a month ago, we were like DYR5. Now we're speaking live on AIFT. And then month ago, we were PC training. Like now we are Alpvest. So it's a lot, but it's exciting.
And on that note of change, people are genuinely afraid of change. I know for one, it takes me a while to adapt to something new or just transcend to something else. So take me through, how has the market been warming up to the name change? Because not so long ago, around 2015, PC training renamed rather to Richfield, and then now to this amazing, great name, might I add, Alpvest. Is it going to be another win for the company?
For us, it's always a win.
Mm-hmm.
When we are transitioning and always trying to change, it's because of the gap that we're seeing in the education sector, as well as the employment environment. And so our names, we always try to integrate it with the new changes, as you said. The world, again, is always moving and changing into a digital platform and digital world. So with us, this introduction of a new name and a transition from PC training to Alpvest, it's because we're bringing new changes, and we're bringing new excitement and new qualifications. So people have warmed up into the idea of a new name, even though, yes, it is a mouthful word.
Yes.
So that's why we always try to abbreviate it to AIFT. So it makes it easier to a tongue, and it's always easy to recognize abbreviations rather than the long name,
yes.
And so people have warmed up, and the students have been excited about the new name change or the new name transition to Alpvest Institute for Future Tech.
I mean, Alpvest Institute for Future Tech sounds very fast, sounds very, let's do things now, let's do things according to how the culture is going, how the economy is moving. Or should I say, it sounds very like it's ahead of everyone rather. What is upcoming in the change in the education sector? Tell us more about QCTO. Why is it important to the youth and everyone pursuing tertiary education? Pardon me.
Okay, because many people still have this stigma, and which is a negative stigma, by the way, that if you're studying at a private college and you're doing FET qualification or NATED qualifications rather, you're not going to get a job, which is a stigma that we have to kill as a youth of South Africa and as a global youth, because NATED qualifications, they bring up a best out of you, because it has a theory part as well as a practical part, which is then required when you go and apply for service. Most people, most organizations and business, you'll notice whenever they're putting up a post, whenever they're advertising a job vacancy, the first thing that they need is a qualification, and the second thing would be what experience do you have in that particular field. And so with this change and this introduction of QCTO, and that people are still not aware of, it is coming to replace rather UNATED, as Department of Higher Education wants to do away with this stigma. As again I said, a stigma, so if you did a NATED qualification, you're unemployable, which is wrong, because you have both aspect. You have a theory and you have a practical part. Now, what QCTO is going to add on into this is the work experience element, because you will have your knowledge module that you will be doing from class to class, period to period, and then you'll be required to do a practical aspect of your learning, where we take you and put you in the exact field where you want to be. If you're an IT student, then you have to gain the practical knowledge of how exactly is that field conducive to you, and how exactly do you work under that field. And then there is a work experience part, an element of QCTO, which then gives you an idea in this field that you have chosen for yourself. What is there to expect? Because there are always changes, whether that's financial or technological. And that is the gap that QCTO is trying to bridge. And that is the gap that QCTO is trying to close off with the youth of South Africa and the youth itself around the world.
Lovely, man. Well said. I hope you're noting down every single thing, because I was Herry Ngidi, campus manager, all the way from Alpvest Institute for Future Tech. Yes, he did the peace sign. He did the peace sign, okay? Peace with information. That's how cool we are. Remember, it's edutainment. If you just tuned in, or if you are listening to this on your cell phone, with your headphones on, you're not really watching the audio, I do advise you to watch the audio, so you can also just get the feel of what's happening in studio. Don't forget to also interact with us on every social media platform. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Fly FM. Edutainment is the conversation right now. Let's continue. So I came across this wild information. I say wild, I could use another name, right? But this is wild, okay? In the last quarter of 2023, there was an increase of 87,000 unemployed youth aged 15 to 34. So basically totaling 4.7 million. While the number of employed youth decreased by 97,000 to 5.9 million, indicating the ongoing challenges in the youth job market. Guys, what is happening? Because majority of us do go to school, we get that qualification, right? We study for 3 years or 4 years, if not 4 or 3. You do your 12-month internship and so on, but there's no jobs. So how will Alpvest make a difference with the new courses that they've added onto the new season?
Right. The thing is, we're not going to go around and point fingers at any who was supposed to do when it comes to our leaders or our country leaders. But another thing, as people, as a country, is that influence yet whenever we're choosing a career is always vastly than your own personal goals, your own personal career, and your own achievement that you set yourself.
Definitely.
In high school. So the reason is because of that influence. That's why Tina at Alpvest and Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, that's why we have Alpvest Khulekani, who will be your student advisors and help you to choose the relevant qualification that you actually want. Because most of the time you find Umuntu did the qualification, graduated with flying colors, but they are actually not enjoying the field that they have
And that's
chosen.
pretty common, hey?
Exactly. And another thing that is a most common factor, Uguti, nowadays, because of the stigma that has been watered down from our parents to the generation that we're currently living on, is go get an education, then go find a job. Instead of doing what? Get an education, start a business. Then you can hire and then combat this giant factor and issue that we're facing of unemployment. Most people, they want to have a qualification so they can seek out positions. They can seek out career and start at the bottom instead of actually creating something that another person can then join and build a everlasting career.
Yes.
Gonna business that are family based. Family so and so has this business, and the generation started from grandfather to the father to the son now, and that is what we are trying to build as Alpvest. That is the culture that we are trying to build and instill to the youth. It's not about the qualification that you are enrolling for, but rather what will that qualification do for you.
Yes.
And that's why we try by all means to partner with every aspect of youth development, and that's why we try by all means to advocate for qualifications that are going to change a situation within our country and the world itself, where we advise and motivate and advocate to start your own business, start your own career that no one is going to take away from you. Start something that will then water down into a legacy after legacy after legacies.
Just to add on what Herry is saying, a typical good example from the COVID. So many business were started just because people now, they were blocked from going to work every day. And they managed now to get out of their box, start whatever they had that they were planning a long time ago. Some of them succeed, and a lot more people didn't even come back to their work because whatever they started, then it was a success. So actually, what Herry is saying, let's break that wall of like studying, go and get a job. Like let's start our own things, and then more people will be more employed, because most of businesses that one starts, it requires someone also to be employed.
Yes.
So fewer that one person can like have a smooth journey on his own. But these courses that QCT is all about, it's all about breaking that wall, having an insight. So even if you're starting your own thing, you know what should be done, how things are done.
I love the fact that both of you touched on being an entrepreneur, right? Yeah. And we are often encouraged to think big, be innovative, and become entrepreneurs. But entrepreneurship in education isn't commonly discussed, hey? It's always that one conversation that's always avoided. Why is it so important?
The issue is that most people are very selfish, if we're going to be honest about it. So it's more of what is coming to me rather than what I'm giving out. And most people, they shy away from that conversation. Once you have that qualification, what are you going to do about it? Instead of going around the city, from this province to that province, and hopping around and hoping you're going to land a good job. We try by all means. By the way, I'm a facilitator of EBM, and he's also a facilitator.
Incredible.
Of EBM. So we try by all means to instill this idea of start your business. As he said, if you started a business, one person is going to hire 10 people. And from that 10 people, it's going to escalate to 15, 20, and so on and so on. That way, you are already changing your society that you're living in. And then further from there, it goes from a city to a province, then nationally. And we always try by all means to advocate to go get that qualification, because that is your first step. Once you have that qualification, use that qualification to then establish some smaller nyana thing. It does not have to be as big as these big ass companies are khona ngaphakathi la emphakathini, but rather start small and then build from there. And QCTO, it provides that element of once you have that theory knowledge, go and practice it on the work environment. Go and see what La Paya Fly FM, when they do this radio thing, when they do this streaming thing, how do they do it? And then apply it to yourself, and apply it for future use, and then start building from there. And we have to educate people routine. It's good to have a qualification.
Yes, it is.
But also have a dream outside that qualification.
Correct.
But once I have this qualification, now I have a stepping stone. I can then start something that will then, in future, be a legacy for my children and my children's children.
One thing that we lack as a Gen Z is patience.
True.
Patience. So once we hear the word entrepreneurship, I want to be an entrepreneur. We want to own businesses at Mhlanga. We want to own businesses at Belito and so on, have these huge spaces, but unable to keep up. And we're so afraid to start off small. We're not afraid. We're just embarrassed.
Yes.
We're just embarrassed. Why? Because why do we shy away from starting afresh and then we grow from there? Because it's part of your journey. That's the beauty of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, in the word of this patient thing. So education is always like the number one route to take them. We do have entrepreneurship, business management, as I said. We also even have small business consultant, where now we give like the ropes or the roots how this thing gets along, as such as there's a clause there that says once you open a business, try and be able to have like a 6 months cash flow.
Yes.
Just imagine. So now if you didn't take all those education and or not, so you in 1 month you just want to see a profit. It doesn't work like that. So that's why you need to go and have these courses, even if it's a short course, but you'll get an insight how things should be done. Because most of the people, it's not mostly about what you call a capital to start a business. Yes, you can start a business without a capital. If you know the roots, that's where the business plans comes in.
Fundamentals.
Yes, then people who have mind will see, oh, okay, this is going somewhere.
Yes.
Let me invest there. Beside or without having a capital to start that business. So actually, education is that route.
It's
and then do
a
your
part.
own thing after.
And it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to come across challenges that you're unable to solve at the moment. But in the long run, it's going to pay off.
I remember that conversation we had on the last segment at the AYR, where we rotate under the 5 Ps.
Yes. Can we please mention the 5 Ps? Take me through the 5 Ps. Refresh my mind.
Exactly. So entrepreneurship is all about that. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So once you have
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 Ps, okay?
Exactly. So once you have that proper preparation, then after that you're going to have contingency plans. And as he said, always practice patience. And this thing of a failure, to me and my kids, like I campus, I always tell them the same thing. It's not about failure, actually, and you are not failing. you stumbled upon something, and then you learn from there. In future, if I come across the same problem again, this is how exactly I'm going to maneuver it, and this is how I am going to readdress it, and then find a success again. And again, we always instill this, as entrepreneurship always states, it's all about your personal resources. You may not have fun, as Umhlonisho said, you may not have funds of starting a business or maintaining a business. It does not really matter, as long as you know exactly what you are doing. What you are doing, do you believe in, and as well as knowing the relevant people. And it always starts with you getting in education. Once you get to Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, you have this qualification that you are studying. You have about 10 to 15 students to almost 30 students per class. That is where you start to build your network. That is where you start to build a network yako for future. That, hey, Mereece, I'm starting this business right here. Do you think if I can ask you to be a supplier for me, how's that? That's where you start. You
grow.
Start by small things and build from there.
Start something.
But Rome wasn't built in one day. Exactly. So that's where it comes from.
You just said it. That's I was like.
So that's exactly where it comes from. You can't just be a successful entrepreneur. There's always going to be stumbling blocks. You just need to learn from there and practice your patience. And with that education that you're going to get from Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, that's where you're going to build from.
Moving right along, don't forget to join the conversation. That's Fly FM on every social media platform. And we are having so much of fun in studio. Can you see? Abona, the information that we're parting right now. Yes, I'm pretty sure you have that pen and paper. You are noting down every single thing Herry Ngidi saying and Khulekani Jali are saying. Enrollment for engineering programs and skill development are officially open. Yes, they are. What about June or mid-year enrollments? Let's explore the advantages of early registration or pre-registration. Let's tackle pre-registration.
Okay, so the concept pre-registration, if we analyze and dissect it, it revolves again around the 5 P's. You preparing yourself for mid-year. So the best perfect thing about preparing in advance when you're going to enrolling at Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, it's because you get a team Mr. Khulekani right there at the call center, where you have student advisors who will sit down with you and help you to choose the qualification that is relevant to your dreams, your career goals, and what you want to achieve personally, rather than the other influence like accountant. Now you need to get an accounting qualification. At the same time, when you just want to be an engineer, so that's where you get to understand what personally, this is my dream. And this is where I want to go.
Correct.
And it also gives you enough time to do a research about the institution that you want to enroll at. For Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, we don't shy away from the truth. Yes. We have to state it as it is. And when you come here, we'll tell you exactly what this qualification is not good for you. And this qualification does not suit your personality. So the personality that you have is rather try and readjust yourself and enroll for this qualification. And it also gives you another enough time to do a research with the institution is all registered that one I'm going to invest in Is it actually legit?
Yes.
For us, come to us. We'll show you all our registration proof. We'll show you all our registration numbers and our accreditors. So pre-registration gives you that sense of what, one, you are safe with the qualification you are choosing, and two, you have enough time to do your own internal or external investigation about the qualification, where it's going to take you, and the institution or Alpvest Institute for Future Tech. And it also gives you enough time for financial planning. Again, proper preparation prevents poor performance, as always. And it gives you that clarity over to, okay, right now I'm going to partake into this qualification. Where am I going with it? And after that, what am I going to build with it?
And those are the advantages. I don't think we have any disadvantages to pre-registration.
No disadvantages at all, as long as you know what you're rotating under those 5 Ps.
Definitely, man.
You'll always never go wrong, especially if you choose Alpvest Institute for Future Tech.
I think we need a top that says the 5 Ps.
Definitely, that's something we should invest in as well. Alpvest, rotate under the 5 Ps. Maybe that should be my slogan. Huh?
Like how Kendrick Lamar was like, there's the big 3, right?
Yeah.
We got the 5 Ps.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Yes.
to top up what Herry is saying, and another advantage that if you do a pre-registration, we have a closing period, or we can call it the closing date for registration. So should you register prior, should you want to change your mind, so you're not late, then you can come to us, change the course. Maybe you've done another research, hey, I'm changing my mind. This is what I want to do now. Then you can also in time. But now, just imagine now you register today, and then tomorrow it's a closing date. Then you only realize after 3 days, there's nothing we do. Nothing we can do for you after that, because you were doing things at a later stage. So that's the other advantage of pre-registration, that you can still change your mind.
You honestly create your own future, your own career.
Exactly.
You
Yes,
know?
and you have an advantage to change if you want to. So rather do things early, so you can have that advantage at any time.
But in yes, again,
No way.
as much as you half white and half black, and sometimes they say we but element yes, but in the earliest bird catches
the
exactly. So in that sense, Ian's lula from our side when it comes to our sponsors. This is the first person who applied for this qualification. What can we do to sponsor his or her funding in terms of education? And that we also have our own internal bursaries. So the first person who registers, you register early, you stand a good chance of getting the full funding. And you stand a good chance of the early enrollments.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Let everyone know that Fly FM is on YouTube. And the fun part about this is that, yes, you can hear the audio. We were on air and so on. We are currently still on air. You can go back to this video and listen and watch and note and pause and do whatever. But moving right along, guys, we've spoken about this multiple times. It's bizarre, it's crazy. Today I go to town, right, to shop and do whatever I need to do. I go past a shawarma place. Then tomorrow I'm going back into town to just run a couple of errands, and I go back to the same shawarma place just because I enjoy the shawarma, only to find that now it's a private college. Then 2 weeks later I go back to that private college because now I'm interested now what's happening. It's back to the shawarma place. What is happening, guys? How do we verify the institutions and their qualifications to be authentic?
Okay.
It's always hilarious because it's trending on Twitter. It's trending all over. Like, hi, but guys, I was here at so-and-so college. Now it's a shawarma place, it's a hair salon. What is happening?
Yes, it goes again to what Mr. Jali was saying, because most people, they tend to do things at a later stage. They tend to do things in about last minute. And when you go into last minute, you just take whatever that comes your way. And so to authenticate and to verify institution, the first things first that you need to have is their registration number. That registration number will always have a DHET part on it. Where is it registered? DHET is the Department of Higher Education and Training. Always make sure they have that element. And number two, just because the institution is registered, that does not mean they might be accredited for those qualifications. So you need to verify the institution as well as the qualifications that they are offering. Are they registered with the governing bodies and the accreditation bodies such as Umalusi, QCTO, SITA, SIMA, and so on. There are so many, just depending on what qualification are you enrolling on. And again, if you are not prepared in advance, then you will not have that time. So take your time before registration. Go around and asking. Go to Department of Higher Education, Ikona Elapa in Durban. It's on Stanger Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Stanger, yeah.
Yes, go there, verify with the registration number yakona, and even if you do not have a number or a registration number of an institution or the qualification, just ask ukuthi Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, is it in your database now?
Yes.
Are they registered and are they accredited to offer such and such qualifications? Even if you are not coming to Alpvest, if you go into another institution, go there and do your own research and verify that those qualifications are accredited. And also, don't trust it that are on the internet.
Yes.
Internet nowadays is very easily manipulated. And so ensure that you do at least 3 verification about a institution and their qualification, and make sure with the information that you are getting, it's matching with what who number 1 has said, who number 2 has said, and who number 3 is saying to you.
It's quite easy. It's very straightforward. It's ABC. If you have time to be on Instagram for hours and hours, this shouldn't be a problem for you.
Well,
You know, it's your future, it's your education. You are in control of your life. Khulekani Jali, take me through the courses available at Alpvest Institute for Future Tech. I love the name, man. It has like a bit of a tingle, you know. Which qualifications are still pulling in the numbers, and also briefly take us through how can we still register at Alpvest Institute for Future Tech?
Yeah, that's a nice question. Before I tackle that, I want to urge people or beg people that let's kill this bad animal that we tend to postpone things. Just imagine.
Yes,
now,
procrastination.
It was just January. Then some people, they just made sure that, okay, I want to study, but they did come and register. Né? And right now, those people from engineering or short courses, they are writing their exams. In a month or so, they will have their certificate. Just imagine if you were thinking, but you made action. So congratulations to those who made action. We wish them well while they're doing their exams and stuff. But yes, also now, if you want to kill that animal, you can come and register now for engineering courses that we have. We have the likes of electrical engineering,
beautiful,
mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and also civil engineering. So yes, we have a pre-registration currently, and that semester will resume next month. So just imagine, you have all this short time to get all your stuff and everything, so that by next month you can partake your JD. And also, the ones that wants to do a year courses, yes, we do have a media intake.
Okay.
So we will have under faculty of accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll have about accounting management, accounting officer, and all that. And also, if you are a business person, you will still have our marketing coordinator, office administration, that you can also enroll in during the year. And then if you're an IT guy, yes, we do have a cloud administrator, data science, teaching practitioner, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
If you go through our websites, then you will find everything that I'm talking about. But we'll also have pre-registration for each part. It will partake, or rather, I will say, semester will commence mid-year, which is June. Then you can start your journey if you are that person.
Lovely. Briefly take me through the registration process for all these courses.
It's simple. You can go to our WhatsApp online, which you can find us on 067-324-2427. Or you can go to our website, which is www.gopc.co currently. And then you can just be a walk-in. I think it's much better to be a walk-in, because you get to feel the vibe and the energy that's around the campus. And then, it's easier to see that the personal advice is much better than electronic stuff. That's what I urge people, so they can know what they're engaging on and stuff. Yeah, but that's all how you can get us. Go to our website. We got WhatsApp platform. We got also Instagram, we got Facebook. It's all in our websites.
Everything is done digitally now.
But for you to be enrolled, just fill in the form with us, so we can be added on at that space that you are a student. Then you'll have a registration fee of 250 for every course, it's 250 for
Lovely.
registration fee. Then it differs now on when you're paying your deposit.
Mhm.
So it depends now if
With the
you're taking
courses.
engineering or you're taking SLP, which is a short learning program.
Yes, yes,
then
yes.
you'll be required to pay 1.5 for any SLP courses. For engineering, it's 2,000 rands. But for any CIMA, CITA, QCTO, then you'll pay 2,500. Then the rest can be paid up with installments over 10 months.
Lovely, man. Love it. We are about to wrap up. I don't want to leave. Don't take me. Don't leave me. But before we wrap up this first episode of Edutainment, any announcements for Easter, the Easter holidays rather, and April?
Yeah, there's quite a few announcements that you have to make.
Keep in mind, I don't know anything about this. I'm just reading the script. What if you guys giving a car? What if you guys rather, man, are giving a car away? And I wanted to participate.
It's still early.
She's a fortune teller. We do have something regarding that.
Yes, definitely. The car giveaway is coming right soon. We'll come and announce it here when exactly we are going to do that. And when exactly we are going to do that, where exactly it's going to happen. But for our announcements is that, number one, we are going to go into our Easter holidays and rejoice with the Lord. And number two is that Alpvest Institute for Future Tech, our first tests are going to be written from the 2nd of April all the way to the 8th of April. So we would like to wish all our students the very best of their luck, united that is. And we also open again for engineering intake as well as short learning programs. And we are also open for media intake. And right around April, from the 9th going forward, we are going to be participating in a lot of exhibitions around KZN, and we will make it announcements on this platform as well as all of our social media where exactly we are going to be. And we are still also taking applications for the vacancies that are available, which is marketing consultant and a facilitator for EIT as well as a financial accounting.
All this information can be found on Alpvest Institute for Future Tech on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also on your website.
Correct.
And that's how we're wrapping up the show on a good and high note as always. I'm Mereece Dry, multimedia personality, and you are currently watching Fly FM. But obviously, I do not do this live thing alone. I'll never do it alone. Got Herry Ngidi across me, campus manager. Alongside him is student advisor, rather, and acting call center manager, Khulekani Jali. But before I leave, between you and Khulekani and Harry, Bab Ngidi, please share an inspirational quote that will support our Fly FM slogan, taking the youth places.
Okay, to educate and to motivate our youth, let's take them further into this world. And again, our youth is the future for the country, and they are the ones who are going to change the world. We are going to leave this world towards them, so they need to prepare. And always, as I say, sometimes it's not always about you, but the person who's standing right next to you.
Yes.
So when you may think what you are doing is bad, you may think what you're doing is not very good for the future, but do not fret. Somebody is learning from you. Somebody will take something from you and add it into their value. And also, never fear to fail, because you'll never learn anything if you don't fail. You have to fail first so that you know in future how did exactly this pose a challenge to me, and this is how it posed a challenge to me, so this time let me try this alternative ways. And always rotate under these 5 P's. Proper preparation will always prevent poor performance. That is my take and my piece of advice to the youth.
On my side, it's short and sweet. As we are a youth, as Fly FM want to take you to places. And in those places, because we are human, we will make mistakes.
Definitely.
But the difference is a wise person will only make new mistakes because they have learned to the previous mistakes. But the other one, that's what I want to say here, like on brackets, will do the opposite. Will keep making the same mistakes. So rather be the other one who is wise.
Yes.
And you'll go far.
All I say is RIP to Ricky Rick. Listen to the kids, man. Listen to the kids. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Fly FM Edutainment brought to you by Alpvest Institute for Future Tech alongside Fly FM.